I will defeat Ozaru, and I'm here to destroy you.
The acting is so bad. Now I'm not gonna start this video off with the "oh, is it really as bad as we thought" premise, because let's be honest, we all know that this movie is shit. Dragon Ball Evolution came out in 2009. It is based on the Dragon Ball manga and anime series created by Akira Toriyama, allegedly. It was received really badly by both critics and fans, and was a box office failure.
Oh, there's a big surprise! That's an incredible... I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise!
Dragon Ball Evolution? More like Dragon Ball De-Evolution. Took me 2 days to watch this. The film begins with narration, which is always a great sign. The exposition dump introduces the warlord Piccolo. No, not that Piccolo. He is based off King Piccolo from Dragon Ball, the evil half of Kami, although Kami doesn't make an appearance in the film, so I guess Piccolo is just evil because he's green? Anyway, apparently he came to Earth 2,000 years ago and caused chaos and destruction with the help of his disciple Ozaru, who looks suspiciously like a great ape, but there is a bit more behind the character's appearance, which I'll go over a little bit later. It's honestly not that interesting, but also makes a lot of sense. After countless lives were lost on Earth, eventually a group of warriors were able to seal Piccolo deep within the Earth, using a powerful enchantment called the Mafuba. With his master imprisoned, Ozaru disappears and balance was restored to Earth, until now. Ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen. The setup isn't that bad. I mean, it's taking a lot of liberties with pretty much everything to do with Dragon Ball, but I don't mind things being changed, as long as they are changed for the better, and as we get further on in the story, you'll see that that is definitely not the case for this film. The first shot of Goku is of his sweaty face, and there is a huge swell in the music as we see him balance upon a washing line. The way this is presented is supposed to be a grand reveal of the main character, and from the music you get the impression that you're supposed to be really impressed and be like, I know who that is. But honestly, it's just really disappointing. Goku just looks like some guy who doesn't know how to hang his washing properly. Grandpa Gohan jumps up on the washing line and initiates a sparring match, and he talks like a late 90s Nickelodeon character.
Prepare to eat dirt.
He does have the power pole, which is another...
I know what that is!
Halfway through the sparring match, a really bad looking CGI beetle appears and Goku kicks it into Gohan's mouth. It looks so terrible, and I'm guessing it's supposed to be funny, but the only funny thing about it is about how bad it looks. Okay. Gohan then throws a smelly fart into Goku's face and he falls to the ground, having lost the match. Gohan then goes on to say some vaguely inspirational crap about not relying on your senses too much, because that is just dumb. What you really need to do is rely on Ki, the thing you cannot use yet and also cannot see or hear, but only smell. This is the movie's heavy-handed way of introducing Ki, but it really didn't need to, because first off, the movie demonstrates it later on in a more visual way, which works a lot better, and also because the scene doesn't really explain anything about it anyway, apart from the fact that Goku doesn't know how to use it yet, but then we will see in a little bit that even that is wrong. We learn that Goku is a bit of an outsider at school and doesn't have any friends. Now let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? This movie's version of Goku is absolutely nothing like Goku. The characterization is completely wrong in almost every aspect. It is very apparent from the opening that this Goku is much older. In the start of the Dragon Ball manga, Goku was around 12 years old, so he has been aged up a bit, and this isn't necessarily a problem as Goku does age as the Dragon Ball series progresses, but he still has a completely different personality to Goku no matter what age. This movie Goku is concerned about being an outsider in high school, and that people see him as being different. The original Goku would not give the slightest shits about this. Movie Goku is bitter towards the kids at school that bully him and wants to take revenge by fighting them because he knows he would win. Original Goku is inquisitive but naive and very friendly to the point that he often projects that on others, thinking they are being kind to him, even when they're really not. He would not be interested in taking revenge on someone, and especially not on those who would be no challenge. Goku is all about challenging himself, not this.
Teach me how to get the girl.
Who the fuck is this person? Like I said earlier, I don't mind when things are changed, as when adapting one format to another, something will need to be changed. But this change is such the opposite of the original intent that it feels arrogant. Oh, that character that millions of people love? No, that's not good enough for our Hollywood movie. No, the character that we wrote is much better. This is what the masses want to see. They ripped out the heart of Dragon Ball. The characters of the Dragon Ball series is what makes it so fun. They are light-hearted, colourful, funny and quirky, but instead we get some generic high school drama.
Everybody at school treats me like I'm nothing, Grandpa.
Thanks. I hate it. It just so happens that it's Goku's birthday and his grandpa gifts him the 4-star Dragon Ball. I must say that the Dragon Balls do look pretty cool. I'd love to have something like that as like a decoration, like the whole set. Ooh. He then explains that those who find all 7 Dragon Balls will be granted one perfect wish, and it is emphasized that it is a perfect wish. So I was thinking, oh, this is going to be some monkey paw kind of thing, like be careful what you wish for. Goku is biking to school because he is a lame-o and only dorks ride bikes. He then proceeds to be almost murdered by the high school bully.
Bully, you just wrecked my bike!
Goku, this guy tried to run you over. I'd be more concerned about that than the bloody bike. The bully then proceeds to bait Goku into fighting him, but Goku resists by pulling his face. I mean, look at those veins on his head. Looks like me on the toilet after Taco Bell. I hate Taco Bell. Oh, I hate it so much. It turns out that the woman that Goku is interested in is with the bully. Oh no. It then cuts to the big baddie King Piccolo. I mean Warlord Piccolo. Fuck. What is his name again? Ugh, who cares? Warlord Piccolo, who is looking for the Dragon Balls. This lady here is supposed to be Mai, even though Mai was Emperor Pilaf's minion, not Piccolo's. But I don't even know if it's worth pointing out everything that is wrong in this adaptation, as it would probably be quicker to point out everything that it's got right. But then this video would be over already. Anyway, Mai gets a Dragon Ball from this lady, and might have shot her in the face, but maybe not. We'll see. We then cut back to Goku in class, who is being taught about a solar eclipse, which I am sure is completely irrelevant and is definitely not some ham-fisted exposition dump. Chi-Chi, yeah, this is Chi-Chi, can't get her locker open, so Goku blows a smelly fart her way and then scurries away. Chi-Chi catches up to him and asks if he was the one that used his ki, because Goku can use ki now. Cause, girl, am I right, fellas? I know nothing about men.
You know about ki?
Just because my name is Chi-Chi doesn't make me a complete idiot.
What does the name Chi-Chi have to do with being stupid? I genuinely do not understand why she would say this. Chi-Chi's name is a pun on milk. Is milk considered stupid in American culture?
Right, because there's a lot stupider names than Chi-Chi.
Abort the mission.
Is this just some American thing that I just don't understand? Or is it just because the script needed a way to make Goku call Chi-Chi inadvertently stupid?
I'm having a party tonight at my house.
I'll be there.
Okay, I like that. I chuckled a bit at that, but that's all you're getting from me. Goku was a dick to his grandpa by going to the party without telling him. It's not like his grandpa said he couldn't go or anything, he just doesn't tell him. That's really rude. Are they trying to make Goku completely unlikable? Goku arrives at the party that is being held in a castle. Chi-Chi is a princess in the manga, so it kind of fits. He ends up beating up the bullies from before with the overuse of slow-mo. Also this. Okay, play it again. Now it's slow-mo. It doesn't even line up with the continuity of the action. He's doing a side roll off the roof, but then he somehow teleports backwards onto the roof again, and also on his head. Best shot in the movie. 10 out of 10.
Ever since I can remember, me and my grandpa celebrate my birthday at the exact same time.
Yeah, that's how birthdays work. There is a parrot here.
Oh my god, there's a bang at the door!
Mai and Piccolo then attack Grandpa Gohan at the house. They are after the Dragon Ball, but is no longer here. Piccolo Darth Vader's Gohan, and then Darth Vader's the house. Back at the party, Goku senses something wrong and runs home. Quite literally, he runs home, and he finds it partially destroyed. I don't know how they did this, but the set designer somehow managed to make the crumbled ruins of a destroyed house look too clean. These boards don't even have nails in them. No wonder this place fell apart. Goku finds Grandpa Gohan crushed under a pile of rubble. With his dying breath, he tells Goku he needs to find Master Roshi and the 7 Dragon Balls before the eclipse in order to stop Piccolo. The next day, Goku is going through the house and finds a gi. Right after, an intruder enters the house. It's Bulma. Can't you tell by the blue streak in her hair? and by nothing else because her personality and motives are completely different. In the original Dragon Ball, Bulma is friendly and intelligent, but is also very vain. While in stressful situations, she becomes frightened easily, but here she is pretty much the opposite. She's a serious badass who wants the Dragon Balls to use them to make unlimited energy, which I guess is a much nobler cause than our manga counterpart, who wanted to wish for a boyfriend. Am I right, fellas? Goku and Bulma decide to team up because Bulma has the Dragon Radar that is now called the
Dragon Ball Energy, DBE. Catchy name.
Because why have a good name when you can have a bad name? Also, Bulma agrees to help find Master Roshi because she read the script ahead of time. The technology in this movie is just weird. It is supposed to be kind of futuristic, but it is very generic looking. Nothing like the creative designs by Akira Toriyama. I don't get why they just keep pretty much ignoring everything from the source material. The designs have already been done. Just make this. Them putting in more effort is making it worse. They try looking up Master Roshi's address, but it doesn't come up. Goku senses his grandpa and lets him know that Master Roshi is near. Now he's not sensing Master Roshi's key, but his grandpa. This is such an ass pull, and I really wish they would have just found his address in the phone book or whatever the hell this thing is. But then this doesn't matter because they end up finding Kame House through the Dragon Radar anyway. I don't know. I don't think anyone proofread this script. They go to Kame House, at least I think that's what this is supposed to be. This happens and then Goku gets into a fight with Master Roshi. The fights are pretty bad. They're easy to follow, but it does cut a lot between shots still. And a lot of the shots are mid-shots, so you can't see the movement of the whole body. Probably to hide the shitty action to make it easy to cut to a stuntman flipping over or something. Master Roshi has some really bad ADR going on.
If what Gohan said is true, and Piccolo is here, this wish may be the only thing that can save our world.
We'll go.
Some of the dialogue in this is just so bizarre. There's a lot of dead air, and sometimes it doesn't feel like the characters are even really talking to each other. It's almost like parts of the script are missing. And some of the lines that were meant to segue between conversations are just not there. Bad adaptation or not, this is just bad writing in general. And I would know, as I am a bit of an expert at bad writing. Roshi has the Dragon Ball and he decides to join them to find the others. Goku also gets some training in on the way. There's a lot of talk about mastering the elements and airbending.
To the second level of airbending.
Like, did they get this confused with the last Airbender adaptation? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They're both equally as bad. In the meantime, Piccolo has managed to gather a few more Dragon Balls. I don't mind Piccolo's design, apart from the fact that they got rid of his antennas. Well, I guess these could be his antennas, but they don't stick out. They kind of look like tiny little horns. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't look great, but his actor is honestly the only one who seems to be trying. Everyone else is just like,
The Dragon Balls are gone.
the Dragon Balls are gone. Oh my god, they're totally gone missing. The Dragon Balls are gone. Piccolo is very underutilized, if you couldn't tell. Goku hasn't even had any interactions with him at all, and won't until the very end. The gang go to a stone temple where Roshi wants Goku to do some training, but when they arrive there are lots of other people here, so Roshi decides that they can't train. Then Bulma is like, good thing we came here anyway because there is a Dragon Ball near here, but then they end up leaving and driving far away. What the fuck? What the fuck? The only reason they actually come here is so Goku can see that Chi-Chi is a fighter too. So it's like, oh my god, they're so alike. They should get married and have 2 sons. One of those sons should get married and have a daughter. Oh my god, that's totally what should happen because they have one thing in common. Am I right, guys? Then they fall in a hole. What? It is a trap laid by Yamcha and it gives them another opportunity to dish out some more exposition. But it is the same exposition that was told to us at the beginning of the movie through the narration. Why did they bother telling us at the start if they're just gonna repeat it multiple times throughout the movie? Anyway, it just so happens that the hole they fell down has a Dragon Ball somewhere in it. How convenient. They even lampshade how the script just relies on coincidences.
Well, I guess she hadn't robbed us. We wouldn't be able to get this Dragon Ball.
Well, everything happens for a reason, bro.
Just because you point it out, doesn't make it good. Piccolo wants to get the Dragon Balls off the gang, so instead of just going down and grabbing them himself, he sends these monster thingies that he makes from his own blood. They are now at a volcano somehow. I mean, they were in a hole, they drilled into a cave, and now they are at a volcano that was not visible from above ground, but you can see the sky. but Piccolo can see it from his flying blimp thing, so it must be above ground. Where the hell even is this? Whatever. They spot another Dragon Ball on the other side of a pool of lava. The monsters attack them, but they just throw them into the lava, and Goku uses their corpses to jump across. I swear to you, I'm not making this up as I go. Someone got paid to write this. Goku grabs the 5-star Dragon Ball and has another vision. Oh yeah, all through the movie he's been having visions every time he picks up a Dragon Ball. It's just hinting that Goku will turn into Ozaru in the future and shit, but anyone who knows anything about Dragon Ball will see that coming from a mile away. With little time before the eclipse, Roshi learns a Mafuba, an attack that will seal King Piccolo away in a containment vessel but will deplete the user's life force. In the tournament at the Stone Temple, Mai scratches Chi-Chi and takes a sample of her blood. Why they are wasting time here is beyond me. They only have 2 days left and they are just wasting it.
I'm not so bad once you get to know me.
Maybe I like bad men.
Just kill me. Just kill me and get it over with. Roshi tries to teach Goku the Kamehameha, but he's having trouble. Then Chi-Chi comes and says, that's a bad sentence. Then Chi-Chi comes and says if he can light all of the torches with his smelly farts, then he can have a kiss. So he does that and gets a kiss. So romantic. Chi-Chi then steals the Dragon Balls, but it is actually Mai who has shapeshifted into her using her blood somehow. It's never explained, and thank God for that, because this movie doesn't need to be any longer than it already is.
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you? Oh my god, I can't believe you shapeshifted into me. This fight looks so bad. Look at the spin. Goku tries to save Chi-Chi but ends up knocking out the wrong one, and Mai shoots him with a really smelly fart. Why does everything in this movie look so fake? This live action movie somehow looks less believable than an anime made in the 1980s. Goku is on the verge of death and he sees his grandpa.
How do I defeat Ozaru?
How can I defeat Ozaru? He just sounds so bored. He's like, oh, how do I defeat him before I fall asleep? And why is he so focused on defeating Ozaru? What about Piccolo? Roshi brings Goku back with the Kamehameha because apparently it can do that now. Piccolo has all 7 Dragon Balls, so they have to go to Dragon Mountain because that is where he will summon Shenron. Apparently. I don't know how they know this, they just do. Roshi gets the thing to trap Piccolo in, but who really cares? Because we all know it's not gonna work. Piccolo has all the Dragon Balls gathered, and then a huge stone temple emerges from the ground. But this isn't the stone temple. This is the Stone Temple. This is Dragon Mountain, obviously. They race to the mountain in Yamcha's truck. Driving off-road at 180 miles per hour would shake everyone to death. But it turns into a hover car, so why not fly the whole time? Dodo, just a suggestion, maybe next time. They disrupt Piccolo, whose skin looks really bad in direct light, and gets shot down. They then reuse Roshi's scream. Great sound design, guys. Good job, you did it. Piccolo jumps down to fight, but not before Goku changes his clothes.
I will defeat Ozaru, and I'm here to destroy you.
The acting is so bad.
When the blood moon eclipses the sun, you will become Ozaru.
I never would have guessed that. The eclipse starts and gives Goku a serious case of constipation. Just look at those veins. They look painful. He transforms into Ozaru and he looks bloody awful. The CG sucks and the design has absolutely zero appeal. He's also quite a bit smaller than I was expecting. When he attacks Yamcha, he just looks like a man in a gorilla suit, which I think that is actually what we're seeing. But this wasn't what Ozaru was originally going to look like. The original version was filmed and everything, but then fans found out about it. There was so much negative feedback that the studio added in a CG Ozaru, and boy does it show. This does not look finished. Anyway, Roshi tries to use the Mafuba, but of course he fails. Never would have seen that coming. Bulma and Mai are fighting because they wanted some girl-on-girl action. I probably could have worded that better. But if this movie's not going to proofread their script, then why should I? Mai gets smelly farted by Yamcha and saves Bulma. Ozaru ends up strangling Roshi and he dies, but then Goku remembers that his grandpa told him to believe in himself, because that is the moral of the movie apparently. Very generic. Goku turns back to normal and launches a Kamehameha at Piccolo, and it really lacks impact. It's something about the streaky, fiery looking effects that make the key attacks look floaty and have no weight behind them. In the anime and even games, they are animated as thick beams of light that look powerful, but here it just looks like air that smells. Smelly farts. With Piccolo dead, they take the 7 Dragon Balls and summon Shenron to wish Roshi back to life. Now I've had to slog through the entire movie to see Shenron, so this better be bloody good. Okay. The movie ends with Goku returning to the tournament where he beats his wife. There's also a post-credit scene of Piccolo being looked after by the lady we thought got shot in the face. Oh my god, she was alive the whole time. This lady that I don't know who it's supposed to be. Yes, they really thought they were going to make more of these, but shockingly it was so badly received that they ended up cancelling the sequel. In conclusion, don't watch this movie. Ever. If you want a good Dragon Ball movie, watch Dragon Ball Path to Power. It's actually pretty good.